A heartbreaking update on a missing persons case out of Charlotte. An investigation is underway tonight after the Charlotte-Mecklenburg police say they found the remains of 3 people in an apartment complex on Orchard Trace Lane in the North Tryon Division. Detectives have identified the remains as those of 22-year-old Markayla Johnson, 4-year-old Miracle Johnson, and 7-month-old Messiah Johnson. All 3 were reported missing on March 3rd. WCNC Charlotte's Anna King is joining us live with details on this. Anna, just an update that nobody wanted to hear.
That's right. It's an incredibly sad story. Like you said, no one wanted. Now, CMPD held a press conference here earlier today to confirm their findings on this missing persons investigation and to also confirm that this family has been torn apart. Now, CMPD told us they got a search warrant to search the property here because this was the last known location for the victims who were declared missing earlier this month. During that search, CMPD discovered the remains around 2 p.m. yesterday. Homicide units and crime scene officials then came out here to get evidence. Again, those victims are confirmed to be 22-year-old Markayla Johnson and her 2 babies, 4-year-old Miracle Johnson and 7-month-old Messiah Johnson. Right now, the homicide unit is working with the medical examiner's office to learn more about what happened, and the family here was with police earlier today, and as you can imagine, they were shaken up by this.
I miss my baby. I miss my grandkids. She was a good person, and everybody knows Kaylin would do anything for you. She didn't deserve this. She did not deserve this.
CMPD did confirm this was not a random act. The suspect they're looking for now, they say she was in a relationship with, so they're asking that anyone with information contact them. But the number you see on the screen, and of course we will continue to provide updates to you as the story continues to develop. But for now, here live in Charlotte, Anna King, WCNC Charlotte.
Anna, thank you so much for those updates. Just a terrible story. CMPD also says it is looking for the driver who hit and killed a person, then drove away. This happened just after 3:30 this morning on Brookshire Boulevard. That's in Northwest Charlotte. Officers say they arrived to find a man with serious injuries from a vehicle. That man ended up dying at the hospital. Police say an early investigation shows the victim was intentionally hit. If you know anything about this, you can call Crime Stoppers. We have reached out to CMPD for more information about this developing story. One person is out of a home tonight after a fire. Charlotte Fire says it responded to this scene on Springmont Road Lane. That's near Freedom Drive and Toddville Road in Northwest Charlotte. Firefighters say an unattended pot on the stove caused this fire. They also say the home did not have smoke detectors. The property suffered $65,000 in damage, and the Red Cross is now helping the person who was living there. St. Patrick's Day celebrations are already underway this weekend. We know Uptown had its annual parade, followed by the St. Patrick's Day Festival. Organizers say about 20,000 people were there, and there were dozens of vendors as well to greet those folks and share some Irish culture. And people shared how important this event is to them.
So when my mother passed away, we had bagpipers at her funeral because it was she loved bagpipes, and we would always go every year to different festivals that they always had pipers. So when they come down, I always get a little teary, but they're my favorite part.
Now the festival just wrapped up at the top of the hour, so do expect a good amount of traffic in Uptown. You can find other St. Patrick's Day events by searching for QC Happenings on WCNC.com. And remember, as you're out and about today, law enforcement will be out there too, trying to keep you safe. North Carolina's Booze It and Lose It campaign is still in effect ahead of St. Patrick's Day. Expect to see more officers and checkpoints on the roadways this weekend. This is, of course, part of an effort to crack down on drunk driving.
We do find that holidays, especially holidays like this one, with beautiful weather, people are beginning to think about summer vacations. People will be celebrating. Those do tend to bring about an increase in alcohol-related crashes.
On that note, last year, nearly 370 people died in an alcohol-related crash in North Carolina. Officials are encouraging folks to use designated drivers, ride shares, or public transportation if they do plan to drink. The campaign ends tomorrow. And as we heard there just a few moments ago, yes, the weather is lovely. Brittany, so many folks out and about right now.
Yes, and it was a nice day to get out and about, Vanessa. We started off the morning with a lot of fog, of course, the rain that we had yesterday, but today a fantastic day to get outside. The warmest temperature we've had so far today, 75, and that still remains the current temperature. Remember, now that we, of course, are in daylight saving time, we are seeing that peak high temperature. Instead of around 4 and 5 o'clock, it's closer to that 5, 6 o'clock time frame. Dew point at 50 degrees, so it has started to lower, so not quite as humid as we were for parts of the area yesterday. A mix of clouds and sunshine today, so it was nice to see the sun out there. As we go hour by hour, temperatures will start to drop off, but with still some clouds overnight, it is not going to be as cold as we head into the early part of the upcoming work week. So I would say if you're out and about tonight, do you need the umbrella? No. Is it going to be a little bit on the warm side? Absolutely. And will it be comfortable? Certainly, especially for this time of year. We still see average low temperatures in the upper 30s this time in March. Tonight, we're targeting right around 50 degrees for the Piedmont, low to mid 40s there up toward the mountain, so very comfortable overnight. We still have a frontal boundary nearby, and that's what's causing the off and on cloud cover we have both today and tomorrow. A brief shower not out of the question for your Sunday, but I'm actually expecting this cold front. Right now it looks to be a little bit slower than expected. That actually shifts our 20% chance from really Sunday afternoon into the part there of Monday morning. So I have actually shifted that there into Monday, so you'll see that actually reflected on our Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. So just be mindful of that as you look ahead to that 7-day. Now, in St. Patrick's Day forecast, again, some clouds mixing in, but sunshine too. Temperatures likely reaching the lower 70s. So it will be warm, just like today, but with more clouds compared to today. We go from about 75 to about 72, but still really relatively pleasant and mild forecast overall for this time of the year. It will not be bad by any stretch of the imagination if you're trying to get out and about and enjoy the outside weather. Now, today, of course, was comfortable. Tonight, going to be comfortable overall, but then we do start to see some changes heading into the upcoming work week. That secondary cold front I showed you that is going to bring that small chance of rain on Monday. Well, it also brings a pretty big chance for a temperature drop heading into the upcoming work week. Now, earlier this week, we were talking about Monday and Tuesday morning for a temperature drop. This week, it's Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. Now, cold fronts are very common this time of year. March and April are the windiest months of the year because of this. It's also our severe weather season here in the southeast, including the Carolinas, and it's because of these constant cold fronts. But that's also why we always remind folks that we do get frosts and freezes well into March, well into April, so it still is too early to plant. Normally, we recommend waiting until after tax day, unless you do have those options to cover up your plants, your gardens, that you all work really hard to do if you're into that sort of thing. And of course, bringing in your outdoor pets, making sure they're safe and warm inside too. This upcoming week, we're targeting the potential for a light freeze. Yes, you see that right. 32 degrees on Tuesday morning. Wednesday morning, we're targeting 36. So the upcoming week, we do have some colder weather in the upcoming week's forecast. Now, with that being said, with some colder temperatures on the way, the pollen levels are going to drop a little bit too. You can see that coming up. Tuesday should be a touch more comfortable here for the upcoming work week. Now, this week versus last week, we had colder mornings but comfortable afternoons. We will have some more colder afternoons, you could say. We'll have some lows, of course, in the 30s, but some daytime highs will struggle to reach around 60 degrees there for Monday. We're talking only in the upper 50s there for Tuesday afternoon. So just be mindful of that if you're going to be out and about outside. But we will really quickly rebound, Vanessa. We'll pretty much go from 58 on Tuesday, and then you'll feel like you're on another planet Wednesday because we're back in the upper 60s to near 70. And then a small chance of rain for the upcoming week next week. Unlike Friday, yesterday where we had all of that rain, this upcoming rain chance does not look to be quite as widespread.
Okay, well, that's good.
We'll, of course, let you know if anything changes, but it's that wild weather we expect here in the Carolinas this time of year.
Certainly a wild March. Thank you so much.
Happens every year.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We will be back on TV at 11, and we do wish you a great night.